Hello, all of you salty fish out there, and how is it going? My name is Czar, and welcome to Salty Fish Game. Now, today I've got a very special treat for all of you salty fish out there. We are going to be playing a point-and-click style horror game called Disturbed. And unfortunately, the only way I was able to record this video was in a window. So I don't think it'll affect the gameplay or the video quality or anything like that, but there will be annoying bars on the top and bottom. But I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. Anyway, as I was saying, Disturbed is a point-and-click style horror game that utilizes jump scares and a creative style of artwork that's primarily black and white, pencil shadings, emphasis on, I think, like blood and other vibrant colors. But for the most part, the game is in black and white, and it's really eerie. The music is very good to this game, and there's no inventory. So all of the point-and-click style puzzle solving has to be done on the spot or whatever you're carrying on your person at the time, I believe. But I don't actually know a lot about this game. This is my first time playing it. So, without further ado, let's get into Disturbed. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. Me? You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. I'm gonna go buy a tractor or maybe take some classes on how to farm. Alright, so, here's where the point-and-click style comes into play, because we have the choice of going to the crops, the house, or the shed. And I don't know which to pick, so I guess I'll try the shed. Oh, it won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Well, that's very useful for me. Alright, entering the house you feel a subtle uneasiness as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but temptation is still there. Let's take a nap. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything out of it. An image appears before you, a stone glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach towards the stone with your hand as your finger makes contact. A clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away like dust in the wind. The particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself lying in bed, never to wake up again. Your adventure ends here. Alright, so we're back here in the house. We're not going to lay in the bed because that kills us. Let's read the journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethany, that is a weird way of spelling Bethany, is also doing quite well, never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be social with a cow. ... is right. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment? Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get to my stuff again. Yeah, including me. Dear Journal, I woke one night to a foul smell I've never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make the trip into the city to see what this is about. Okay, that gave me no inclination on what I'm supposed to do at all. You open the chest and find more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. Oh, well, I'm poor. I mean, I probably could have guessed that. All right, so I guess the only thing to do is go to the crops now. A path divides the crops you have landed so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Let's go in the pen. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. I'm gonna grab a mushroom. That seems smart. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die eventually after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. The cow is definitely not sick anymore. The cow is definitely dead. So there's one thing to check off the to-do list, was to save the cow. You inspect the water looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone in it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Well then, I guess there is nothing to do in the pen. Let's keep following the path. Continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave far off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. I think I saw a screenshot of this, but let's find out. Let's go into the cave. There's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. Oh, that's a bear. A large bear emerges from the darkness. You've made a terrible mistake. Mistakes were made! Thinking that something helpful could be in here. Fight the bear? No bear's gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna kick the crap out of you, you stupid bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks that you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. Death. The bear charges at you to bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Welp. Okay. Let's try going back in the cave, confronting the bear, and then seeing what happens when we run away. It's probably still gonna eat me. Run away! The moment you turn around, the bear roars a deep growl, sinking the loose stones about in the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. And death. Try to make it to the trail. The bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. Yeah, so just don't go to the cave. The bear will eat you no matter what. All right, so we're back at the cave again. And we're not going to go into it because that bear is just death no matter what. No matter what you do with it, it's just death. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Let's inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food, clothes scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. But like an hour or two, you reach a bridge nearby the path of a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Let's find out. Let's knock on the door, see what's up. Knock on the door. Scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person who lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon. You use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. What is this, Goldilocks in the zombie apocalypse? Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Oh, there's a trap door over in the corner. Let's look at the book first. Start flipping through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is that one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day, apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch it from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under and I lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to the extremes, but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. You can't find a name to give the man, but regardless of the names, you got chills running down your spine. Yeah. I definitely should take that guy's advice, but I'm not going to. Oh, I can unlock the hatch with the key. Lovely. Without thinking, you travel downward. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. I did notice that immediately. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Talk to her? You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth.
You there! Let me out of here!
The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with?
You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me.
Ooh, I don't want to free her. I'm not going to free her. The voice I gave her made me not trust her. I'm not going to free her. I will not.
No, don't go.
With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. As you exit, you can hear the woman laughing behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. Yeah, I would say so. I think it's a good thing I didn't free that woman. Whew. After all that happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. I agree. Find a spot under a shady tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Oh, no. Why would I pick at the grass? Although, why would I take a nap? I feel like it said I should take a rest, so I'm going to take a nap, maybe? Question mark. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. Wow. Wish I could do that. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Death. Did I die again already? Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. It's probably me. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. Me. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and at your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. Alright, and now we're at a split. Well, right is always right, I would say, in my experience with taking different paths. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. The gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there is a little tree that has a hole carved into it. Let's inspect the tree. A hole big enough to fit your hand? You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you feel 3 knobs. One on the right, one in the centered in the middle, and one on the left. I don't know that combination, and I really don't want to get back to this point again, so let's wait until we have that, because otherwise it's probably just going to chop my arm off. So let's go to the gate. Oh, hey, that's the background for the actual game itself. Whoa. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. There is a fountain before you with statues on your right and left. Let's look at the statue on the left. Statue of an old angel that has been consumed by vines and thorns. The angel is holding a book in one hand and the other a finger pointed towards the sky. Alright. And what about the statue on the right? Before you stands an old angel statue that has broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's hand. And how about the fountain? There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black, and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. No. I don't want to. As you reach for the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. Oh. So evidently there's magic in this game. That is something I did not know. Okay, so there's nothing I can do over to the right. So let's go left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up towards a nearby hill. If you had not have stopped, you probably would never have noticed. Follow the trail in the grass. Oh. That's a sword. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Oh. Inspect the grave? You look at the sword with intrigue. Oh, hi, buddy. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope like a flower found in the darkness. Back away from the sword. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what to do with that sword, but I ain't messing with that dude. You pause to see if there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. So look at the lake. Step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort sitting at the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it were calling to you. Well, this is stupid, but here we go. Dive in! You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see a stone sitting before you. You start to make your way to it. A large fish comes into view and quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. Nom 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 nom. You quickly find yourself hopeless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips apart your body with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. I died a very painful death, and I knew that was going to be dumb, but that's okay. I'll be right back when we get back to where we were. All right, welcome back, everybody. So, we just got back to the lake, and we're not gonna dive in it and get eaten by a fish. Also, I found out there's a save system, so now I don't have to actually restart the game every time I play it. Like an idiot that I am. There's the orb that I'm not going to take. We're going to leave. Now is probably not the time. Agreed. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. Yeah, I know. So, let's continue along the trail. Is that Stonehenge? The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Let's inspect the stone pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. But I have a feeling that that strange orb in the bottom of the lake goes there. But I don't have a fishing pole to get it, or whatever, because the fish isn't going to eat me. Find yourself gazing over a field of grass with hills rolling off into the distance. A unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is certainly something wrong. If only there is a way to charm it. Okay. So there's a unicorn, and a lake, and a grave, and Stonehenge. I don't know what any of that means. So let's continue down the path. An endless field of grass, there's a stone well. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. I'm going to save it again, just in case. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. Wow, got good eyes if you can see that coin down at the bottom of a well. If possible, you should go down and take the coin. Why? You lean over the edge, but there's no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on your head, you lose consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Perhaps you may obtain the coin later. You step away from the well. Continue on. I haven't found anything to interact with. Like, I've just seen a bunch of things that look like they could go with something else, but no actual interaction aside from that one lady who probably would have killed me. Walking over the hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with the blight. Continue across. You have come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pains as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. I just got the achievement. It was all for nothing. I got to town and there's nothing. Nothing! So what do I do? And then not go there. You realize that you must go back. There's no way to reach the city. Clearly. Maybe there's something with the statues that tells me the combination. Inspect the statue on the left. It has one finger pointed to the sky and holding a book. And before you stands an old angel statue that is broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is over the bowl. You notice that there are only 2 remaining fingers. Okay, so the one on the left has 1, and the one on the right has 2. About the fountain. Slight pole. No, nothing. Exit gated area. Let's look at the tree again. Alright, let's press the knobs. The left. The right. And the middle. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. Must be some sort of combination. Oh! I did it! I think. Maybe. Now let's try going into the tower. Interesting. Let's look at the fountain first. No. Okay, still nothing. Can I enter it? Invisible barrier stops you. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Press the knobs. Let's try the left one once. Let's try the right one twice. The knobs lock in place. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. Oh. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? Well, I think I'm going to leave this decision up for next time, and we will see which sides take me to death and which leads me to more death. Anywho, I hope all of you salty fish enjoyed this game as much as I am enjoying playing this game. I really like the story. Not a lot has happened yet, but there's been a lot of death so far, and I feel like that's pretty good that I've died a lot already. Makes for a great game. But in all seriousness, I do really like this game, so I think I'm going to continue it next time. So all of you salty fish out there, stay salty, and this is Czar265 signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! She's still laughing.